All right, we are back with another episode of Sessions with Mary Jane. I am your host, Jordan Freed, and I'm a tad bit fried. It's been a long week, a lot of late night work. My life has become a lot more overnight than it has been in the past of this podcast. So you're catching me off my circadian rhythm. You know, I don't really have rhythm in general, but I am off my circadian rhythm for sure. Just before we get started with the podcast today, which is going to be an amazing podcast, a super spectacular podcast, I just wanted to let you know that I actually have some shows coming up. By the time this comes out, I will have just had 3 shows, so hopefully you guys went to them and followed me on social media and saw those, and I'm sure they went so fantastically. But coming up in May, I got 2 shows. May 8th, I'm going to be at Tommy Fox's in Bergenfield, and that's going to be Comedians Channeling Legends is the name of the show. So I am going to be channeling Mitch Hedberg. It should be fun. That is definitely somebody who's inspired me as a comedian throughout my career, and was somebody who I watched early on in high school to kind of find out who I liked in the comedy world. So I'm very honored to get to channel him for a stand-up set. People are asking me, are you doing a cover of him? Like, are you doing his jokes? Are you doing your own jokes in the style? I think it's going to be more like my jokes in the style of him. I definitely might utilize some of his formats to tell some jokes, maybe write some new jokes after watching some Mitch Hedberg stand-up specials. But in general, it's going to be a fun time. That's run by Richie Dugan, so I'm excited for that. I don't know if the poster or the ticket link is out as of recording this, but I think he has another one this Friday or next Friday, so I'm assuming his promo will go into motion after the other show is done. And then the week after that, I'm going to be returning to Preservation Society Vintage Shop, the wonderful Kevly Parley Greco's amazing shop that she has in Midland Park, New Jersey. And I'm super stoked for that. I have not booked the lineup yet, but by the time this comes out, I should have the lineup all set and a ticket link in the description of this. So you should go check that out. That's going to be May 15th. And that is going to be a stand-up show with some heavy hitters, some great, funny comics, and highly encourage you to come. It's going to be nice weather out. I'm already predicting it. And there's a good outdoor space there. And you could shop around the vintage shop before. You could hang out after. It's really good vibes there. So those are the big ones, May 8th and May 15th. I'm sure there will be more shows on my website. Check it out at lnhstudios.com/shows. You can find all of that wonderful stuff there. So we should get started with our guest for the morning.
Woo.
It is morning still. It is not the evening yet.
Yes.
At 12:01, it'll be the evening. But we have a very special guest. I've known this stellar young lad for about 3 years now, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Probably 3 years. He is a very talented filmmaker. He is a funny comedian, writer, improviser, musician, and he's not a funny musician. He's a good musician.
I dabble in funny.
Yeah, he dabbles in it. Audio engineer. He's a jack of all trades. He really wears many hats in life, and I am blessed to call him a friend. Welcome to the show, Steven Zang.
Oh man, it's dare I say a pleasure to be here. I feel like I owe you $5 for every title you name dropped at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah, we could do that exchange a little bit later.
Yeah, I'll make sure before we leave I'll hand you the envelope. But no, it's a pleasure to be here. Like Jordan said, it's a long time coming, and just happy to be chatting with a good friend. It's been a sec. I feel like we haven't had like a one-on-one like this in like a good sec.
No, definitely have never had a one-on-one with 3 cameras and 2 microphones.
Yeah, when was the last time that we televised our conversation?
Well, we used to do the Willy Wednesdays.
Oh,
at the
yeah.
Williams Center. So that was kind
Wow.
of the first time that we got to vibe on camera.
Wow, the term Willy Wednesday is a throwback, man. That's
Yeah.
true OG status right there.
That is where I met Steven Zang working at the Williams Center in Rutherford, New Jersey.
Shout out.
He has ascended from volunteer to full-time staff member.
Pretty much,
basically full-time there.
More or less.
And yeah, he bounces between concerts, cafes, front desks, all over, video editing in the lab. Like, this man is all over that place.
If you ever just see a blurred man running, it's usually just me. It's just like every room of the building. But no, man, it's really cool there. It's been fun, and it worked out. I mean, I met you. We're here now because of that place, right? So
yeah, and you were like living near there, right? Is that how you discovered it? How did you discover the Williams Center?
yeah. So at the time, I just moved in with my now fiance. Shout out Jenna Stuzo if you're watching.
Shouts to Jenna.
We were about like 2 months into the move, and we decided to walk to the Rutherford Pancake House right there on Park Ave.
RPH.
Another shout out if you're watching RPH.
If RPH is watching, I will be so happy. Anybody from RPH, from the bus boys to the owner, like anybody could come onto this podcast. I would love to talk to you about RPH for an hour.
Dude, I would buy ad space for that episode if you got them. Yeah, we were walking to the Pancake House, and at the time I was working for a bigger corporate entity that I won't name, but I was kind of like falling out a little bit there, and I was like, I really want something that's like...
You could probably guess who it is if we're like, they were bought by somebody, then they were bought by somebody again.
Yeah.
And now we're waiting for them to finally be bought by somebody again. You could just guess who it is.
Yeah, you could put two and two together. So that company, 3 names ago too, they keep changing their name. But I was working at that company, and I was not feeling like creatively sound. And I remember walking to breakfast with Jenna, seeing a sign on the front glass door of the atrium saying like, hey, we're just looking for volunteers for literally anything. Like, it could be just like audio, it could be cleaning the floor, like you name it, we need it. And I remember looking at her and being like, hey, like this just could be a fun thing to do like once a week, like even on the weekends, you know, just to kind of like stir something up in me that I haven't done in a while. And I also, side note, really wanted to do like more audio production, like live event production at the time. So I remember calling the number, and I got in touch with Michael Olivo.
Shout out
Michael if you're watching.
Artist.
Time.
You're welcome to come onto the podcast, Michael.
Come through. Blind shuffle. I remember talking to him, and he told me, hey, you should come tonight. We actually have an open mic. And you can meet our music director, Joe Kelly, who was actually a previous guest on this show.
He was one of the in-betweener guests.
Let's go.
Once I started at the Williams Center, and before I went on my I'm too busy at the Williams Center hiatus, I did manage to interview Joe.
A very distinctive era of the pod.
Yeah.
No, but I say this story a lot, but I just remember going to that open mic. There wasn't a lot of people, but I remember Joe was working the board, and I just kept asking him questions. And that man, the music director of the Art Center, sat with me till 1 in the morning. This guy he just met, pretty much showing him how to work the board. And I left that night being like, well, if this guy who has a relatively higher title here is willing to sit with me, a guy who just walked in off the street, and teach him how to do audio, I was like, this is the type of place I want to spend my time. And that's kind of how I just gave it everything.
Yeah. And you're one of the people who are still involved with the Williams Center who've kind of seen it grow. Because you've been there 3 years probably, right? Yeah. Yeah,
man. It's crazy. I feel like a month there feels like a year with how much change happens. And you know that because like even when you were there, it was like, it was constantly evolving, which is a good thing, but it's also like you never really got like a handle on, you know, because it's just always like something new. So you're just always kind of a chameleon in that sense. But
yeah, I knew when I left, I was like, this is going to be a completely different place in 1 month. Regardless of like what I did for the last year and a half, I'm like, this is going to be so different. And then I did walk in like a month or two later, and I was like, everything is different. The coffee's upstairs now. This is like here, like everything has changed.
Yep.
Which is good. You know, places should always be changing. That's why I love the Gotham Studio, the Gotham Network here, because they're always changing.
Dude, can we take a second to appreciate the studio that they have? It's kind of bonkers. Like, the amount of work that must have went into this is really cool.
Yeah, I've recorded in the studio maybe 10 times, and it is always looks better every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But enough about the studio that is wonderful. So Williams Center, that's how we met. That's how we came together. But our most recent collaboration was on the award-winning short film Superimpose.
Shout out Superimpose if you're watching. I'm kidding. It's we are an award-winning film, dude. We did it. We've been talking about making something for a while, and you were gracious enough to give me 2 overnights at the Williams Center, lo and behold. And,
my overnights were very weak ass overnights. I didn't go the full overnight.
I think they stole the show.
Steph was telling a story about it, and she was like, "Yeah, just like being there until 4 a.m." And I was like, "Oh, I got out at like 2 a.m. every night." Like, I wasn't even hardcore. Like, I ended up going home during those times. But Superimpose, you shot it at the Williams Center. Yeah. It was written at the Williams Center almost, right? Through your writer's room that you guys had.
100%, man, yeah.
Office hours.
Yeah, pretty much the start of that script was truly a writing exercise that we did with Office Hours, which was a club that myself, Steph Ferreira, Juan Saliba, and Wasim, the 3 of us, hosted it together. Shout out to those guys. And we pretty much were like, hey, it'd be really cool if like we had deadlines for like our scripts, because we were all telling each other that we were writing stuff. So we thought like, oh, well, it'd be cool if we like had like a feedback loop pretty much that was us plus other people who wanted to sit in, and we just kind of like had like a deadline of a bi-weekly, like try to finish something by that time. Superimpose was one of those where I was like, it'd be really fun to like limit a short film to like one location, and a location we know we have. Right out the gate. And I was thinking like, oh, well, the record store upstairs is a great spot. We're friendly with the Williams Center, obviously, but also like the manager, Nate, is really chill and would be down with us filming there.
Really chill.
Maybe the most chill.
The chillest person I've ever met.
Yeah, it's kind of unnerving. No, but we love Nate. And long story short, I wrote the script. I presented it to Office Hours. And I kind of sat on it. And then I actually remember having a very distinctive moment last January where I felt like I was starting to feel like that creative rut I was feeling when I first started volunteering, where I was like, I'm not doing the thing I went to school for. I'm loving the job, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not fulfilling the things I really want to be doing with my career. And that's the day I found that script on my computer, and I was like, oh, shoot, it'd be really cool to like, can we curse on here?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, motherfucking shit. I was like,
yeah, give us the real quote. None of
this motherfucking shit.
Censored stuff here.
100%. No, I was just like, oh my God, it'd be really cool to like make this, and I'm sure I could get everyone to do it if they just, I would pitch it as like, hey, like this isn't like a paying thing per se. It's just really like us having the chance to get some reps in and like flex these muscles we haven't flexed in a long time, if at all. Everyone was game, and a month later we filmed it upstairs. I think it was like a year ago on March 17th we filmed it.
Yeah,
St. Patty's Day.
It was definitely March. I do remember that. It
Yeah.
was the first time I was back in the Williams Center after leaving.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's been a process editing. Like you were doing editing for your corporate job, right? Were you doing editing?
Yeah, so
like the editing muscle is quite strong on you, and you do a lot of editing at the Williams Center.
No, it's I'm really grateful. I feel like that film is kind of an accumulation of all the things leading up to that moment, right? So to your point, my corporate job, I was a producer there, but a lot of my job was editing. So I felt like I was able to like have like a grad school in editing at that job. And then, even like meeting Joe, for example, like he was the music director, and I remember going to him when I really needed to make the score, and him and I got to write it together for the movie. So like all these little things that kind of just fell into place based on like these kind of like seeds I planted over the past few years. And I think that's the thing I'm most proud of about the movie too, is that like it really feels like kind of like a perfect package of all those things. Plus everyone feels like they have an equal stake in it. So it's sick.
Yeah, very much so. Was this your first like short film that you kind of released, or did you have stuff from college?
I made short films in college that will never see the light of day.
Okay, cool. So this is the first public short film. Like,
yeah.
Once you have your Criterion Channel like retrospective, this will be like the first one that they have.
Yes, when that day comes, I'll be like, yeah, we filmed. It was a writing exercise. No, but yeah, this was like the first time I feel like soup to nuts. I'm pretty proud of how everything landed, and it worked. I mean, like we're making another one in like a month now, which the whole goal of it was to not even just get the reps in, but also like want this to be the thing that fuels the next one, and then the next one, and then we just keep making stuff. Because at the time, nothing was happening. So it's like, we just need something that's going to be a catalyst for more.
Yeah, for sure. You kind of got to put that fire underneath your ass. You definitely like, it's tough because so much life stuff comes up in the way. And like, you'll be very creatively inspired and be making a lot of stuff. And then like, you'll neglect your life stuff. And then all of a sudden, all the life stuff will happen at the same time. And then you'll look up like 6 months later and you'll be like, oh, I haven't made anything in so long. Mm-hmm. Like, that's definitely where my impulse to make the special came in, was because I was just like thinking about it for a couple of years. But then once I was at the Williams Center and working there like so much, I was like, damn. Like, I'm just going to lose all of these jokes. Like, at the time that I made the special, like, I thought I was going to be at the Williams Center for, like, 20 years. So I was literally like, I got to put this out now, because otherwise I'm just going to be living a different life and not be able to use these jokes. So, I don't know. I feel like you kind of just got to throw yourself into it. And that is the thing that makes you a filmmaker, is making films.
For real. No, it's funny you even mentioned the special, too, because I remember I went to the taping for that special. And it was cool just to see you in like your natural element, doing your thing in front of the audience that was like really receptive. But it's just cool because it's like, to your point, the same thing with making films. It's like, it's something that only came out of the idea that you wanted to do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
nobody came to me and said like, hey, we got to get you a special. Like, let me help you make this. Like, I'll do everything for you. I'll organize the show and everything.
Yeah, for real. Like, even, like, I remember both nights on the set for Superimposed, both times. And by the way, it's not like, I don't think we reinvented the wheel, per se, with the movie. But at the same time, it truly was just like, oh, all these people are here simply because of the fact that they want to be here. This movie is being made because of pure desire to create. And it's being done on a shoestring budget with nothing but duct tape and just the love of the game. Right. And I feel like it's the same thing with your special, where it's like, it looks really good. It's well polished and stuff too. But it was purely made on people like just hustling and like really wanting to do the thing, including you. Like you put in reps for like how many years? Like 11 years before that?
Yeah, it was like 12 years of doing stand up before the special came out. So yeah, it was a lot of time on stage, a lot of going to random bars and libraries and coffee shops and random places. Yeah.
You know, it was a big inspo too. I say this because I know you're a big fan too, but Jeff Tweedy. I remember very early on around that time I was having that like creative rut. I was reading his How to Write One Song book.
Oh, yeah.
And chapter 1 right off the bat, he's like, you just have to say that you're a songwriter. Like, just get out of the way. You are a songwriter. And then that's the thing that like will just push you to make songs, because like you kind of have to get that imposter syndrome kind of out of the way, right? So I remember reading that and being like, oh, like I just have to say I'm a filmmaker and make a film, to your point. And it's cool because like now I have a film under my belt. You have your special. Now we could say like, oh, we have tangible proof that we are these things because we had the confidence to say we are those things.
For sure, yeah. I had this friend down in New Orleans, Benji Faree. Shout out Benji Faree. And he's like a very talented musician. And he was actually in an improv class with me. Hilarious improviser. Like, just off the walls, like bonker characters and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But he's probably 20 years older than me. Sorry, Benji, if I got your age wrong. But there's a little bit of an age gap between us. But I always had mad respect for Benji because, like, he had 2 like fire albums, and then he was just releasing his 3rd album. Mm-hmm. And like he would always tell me, he was like, "You got to make a special. Like that's your Shakespeare. Yeah, like that's everything. Like that's what you leave behind is your albums. Like you got to just keep working at it." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Yes." So shout out to the artistic friends we meet along the way who like give us a little push and say like, "You should do it."
Amen, dude.
I believe in you.
Yeah. Yeah. You need it, dude. Honestly, like I'm so grateful that honestly, the best part of that job, the Williams Center, is all the people I met at that job.
For sure.
It's just like full sentence stop, you know? Like every person that worked on that, like I think had some connection to that building at some point.
Definitely. And I think like that's the meaning of life, you know?
Yeah,
the
man.
people you meet and the experiences you have. And it's also the success for like any career you want to have, and like the solution to capitalism. It's just like the more people you know, then you're like, oh, well, I got to help my buddy out. It's like, I want to make a lot of money, but it's like, I got to help this person out and this person out. And they're like, I got to help out Steven. I got to help out Jordan. Because like, this is how the world works, is like, you need to have this collective of many people working together and being successful together and being able to spend their money in their communities and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
heck yeah, dude.
I think it's a whole ecosystem that hopefully is changing a little bit. I feel like people are kind of fighting back with what's going on in the world, and the arts are going to come back. Kind of like, I don't know. I feel like 2008, there was like an uptick in like good arts because people were just ready to change the world and were upset with what was going on in the world.
Yeah, man.
And we're tired of war and would rather sing little songs as opposed to have wars and make people laugh as opposed to, just fighting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, art is how you keep people from fighting.
100%. If you take anything away from this episode, it's that art takes people away from fighting. Everything's reactionary, man. I feel like, to your point, you're kind of hinting at like this favor economy thing of like, you know, you catch in your favor with your friends and you scratch your back, what's the saying?
You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Thank you, sir. But, you know, at the same time, it's really just, I think it really comes from the thing that you're hinting at too, where it's like, you know, the world's not going to present you the art on a silver platter. You have to like extend your hand and want it to meet it halfway, right? So it's just like putting out good energy, putting out good vibes to people around you, and like putting out the desire and letting people know that's what you want, and then chasing that thing. It's like it's really, it starts with you.
Yeah. I think waiting is for fools.
Yes.
Like I think the idea of waiting to do a project is like something that corporate people like put into your head so that you don't like do what you want to do with your life.
Yeah, man. Things will always get in the way. I mean, I will just, from my own personal experience, so I'm getting married in July.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
This episode will definitely be out before then.
Good. I'm getting married soon. It's in the future tense, which I'm very excited about. But even in the midst of all this planning, I made Superimpose, and I'm still making this one in a month. Granted, it's a smaller project than even Superimposes, but the idea is just like, no, you still have to get those reps in, because like life will continue to happen in the midst of all these things, right?
For sure.
So it's just like keep pushing and like find your way through it. I don't mean for this to become a motivational thing. We don't have to keep going this way.
We're gonna bounce around. We're gonna put people down too. Don't worry.
I think I'm just really riding the high of like the Garden State Film Festival, that I'm just like, oh yeah, like you could do it. Like I'm like full like Tony Perkins right now.
What was your experience like there?
Oh, it was great, man. It was just like such a cool networking experience. I feel like the only thing I loved more than like showing our film was like going to like 40 plus short films outside of my own and like meeting all those people. It was just nuts how many people showed up for our block too. I mean, you were there. It was just like half the room was Superimpose stands. So, but even more than that, just it's cool to like see that there's a community that is literally in our state. Like we don't have to go into New York City. Nothing wrong with New York City. But
Asbury Park is better.
I mean,
like
we could say it, right? Yeah,
I'm just saying.
If I had a choice,
like if I had to choose to live in Asbury Park or New York City, I'd probably choose Asbury Park.
Like 10 times out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. But it's cool. I feel like it's just like it really it's such a big festival that has like such a grassroots foundation set in it, that it was my first time ever doing anything like that kind of opened my eyes to like, oh, it's really possible to like be successful within your own community and have that be enough for you. You know?
Yeah, I think that's big. Is like, when I started doing comedy and like was getting more into like how do you become successful at comedy and stuff like that, it was very much oh, you have to be like the mayor of your city before you are the governor of your state, before you are the president of the United States. So like I feel like every art is kind of that way. Like if people in your community don't like you, that's not to say that you're not good, you know, like you might have to show yourself to other small communities throughout the country, but
Yeah.
you can't become like a national act that could actually make a living off of what you do unless like there are little regions that will pay your salary, and then if the little regions can pay your salary, then you could elevate to another level.
Yes.
So like you have to start small, and I feel like that's been kind of good to have like this last 7 years in New Jersey and really getting to know the people of the great Garden State and enjoying all that it has to offer, but also knowing that like I have my time that I spent in the Hudson Valley and probably will be back a lot in the Hudson Valley this summer.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's good that you're becoming a household name in New Jersey.
Thanks, man. No, it's really cool, and I think to your point too that if you have a community of people that like build that and like it really shows. Like I mean, like Netflix is coming to Jersey.
Yeah.
Like I think like companies like that are recognizing that there's like really good, not even just the incentives that everyone keeps hearing about. It's also just like, oh, people want to work on films here.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
people are hungry for it. There's so many people who work in the film industry in New Jersey.
For sure.
And have taken terrible commutes and not seen their families for years just to get the jobs that are in New York City. So
yeah,
it's good that it's coming over to Jersey. There's a lot of different regions and beaches and mountains and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, you name it, we have it. So it's cool.
Yeah. You grew up, born and raised in New Jersey?
Born and raised, baby. Yeah, I'm from a little town called Garfield, New Jersey.
Hell yeah! Tell us about Garfield. Give us 3 things you need to know about Garfield.
We claim to be the city of champions. I have yet to see why. No, we're great.
That's like on the signs when you walk in.
When you go into Garfield, it says "Welcome to Garfield," quotes City of Champions. I think it's because we have like 3 famous football players from Garfield, or maybe like.
Do you know them?
Wayne something.
Wayne Corbett.
It might be Wayne Corbett. I went to art school. Yeah, it's probably Wayne Corbett and like there's 2 other people. I could find out for you after. We could put it in the liner notes.
Yeah.
For the episode.
we have David Foster Wallace inspired footnotes.
Yes, exactly. Just a huge paragraph just about Wayne Corbett.
All right. So there might be 3 professional football players who have won Super Bowls from Garfield. What are the 2 others?
We are known as the Boilermakers.
The Boilermakers.
But that's not a good fact. We invented Yoo-hoo. That's a fun fact about Garfield.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the founding? Why it happened?
The guy apparently was like, I want to change how this tastes. I'm not crazy about this chocolate milk, and he just boiled it. And he's like, hey, honey, try this, and then it became Yoo-hoo.
Oh wow! I thought Yoo-hoo was like. I thought it didn't have milk. I thought it wasn't actually chocolate milk. Is it?
It's either chocolate milk or hot chocolate. Whatever. He boiled it. That's the main part of the story. And then he was like, oh, this actually is pretty good. We shall bottle this and sell this, and then say it's from Garfield.
Yeah,
so that's what happened.
Big Yoo-hoo head growing up.
Heck yeah, dude. I know. I'm a little biased. I was kind of forced into it as a kid, so like I spare thin with my Yoo-hoo intake now. But yeah. 3rd fact that is interesting about Garfield. We have so many pizzerias. It's insane. Like I grew up and like there was like a constant fight for like what the best pizzeria is in Garfield. The answer is Santoni's. Santoni's is the best pizzeria in Garfield. It's the pizza of champions.
Am I gonna get you whacked by saying
we might have to, we cut here. No, it was kind of a thing in town. Like even growing up, like I remember a lot of people being like, no, like was it La Bella's is the best pizza. That was like another. Their Sicilian's really good. But like if you're going for like a traditional regular slice of pizza, like you can't beat Santoni's, even now.
Word.
I'll fight anyone that says otherwise. Come on, come in this room right now. We're at 257. But yeah, it's Garfield.
Word. So you grew up with a lot of siblings, right?
I am a middle child. I have an older brother and a younger sister.
So what were you like growing up? Like what?
Whoa.
Were you like the classic middle child?
You warned me there was going to be hard-hitting questions, but I didn't know we were going to get into like my family.
Oh, I asked you if there's anything we couldn't talk about.
That's true. Yeah, no, I family dynamics are pretty, like, I guess I'm like a typical middle child. Like, I kind of just minded my own a lot of the times. I mean, I don't want to talk about my older brother or younger sister without them having their 2 cents, but I will say that they definitely follow the archetypes of an older brother and a younger sister.
Word.
But yeah, no, as far as the middle child goes, I felt like I had a lot of freedom, like, having that ability to be like, my brother kind of paved the way to like create the rules, because like my parents were making up the rules on the spot with him. And then I kind of was just able to like either follow his lead or like kind of create my own path, because there was just more freedom the second time around. And it was great because, like, I remember you mentioned before I played music, and a lot of it was actually because my brother got a guitar when he was like 9, and then he didn't want it anymore, so I took the guitar.
Oh, nice.
But I loved it.
Are good.
Yeah. So like, it kind of exposed me to that, and I'm grateful for that too. I don't know if I ever told him that. But yeah, I feel like a lot of that dynamic is like, I think I'm an open-minded person because I'm a middle child. Like, having my brother being like, exposing me to a lot of different music and a lot of art, and like even like he's really into skateboards and biking and stuff, and he got me into biking for a little bit as a kid. And even having a younger sister, you kind of have the open-mindedness of like being like, oh, like you're kind of the silhouette that is like how my brother was to me, I am to my younger sister, right?
Yeah.
So like it's just kind of like, yeah, you have both sides of the spectrum a little bit. So like I feel like I'm kind of empathetic for that reason.
Yeah.
That was a long answer to a question that I didn't think we were going to talk about today. So
no, I'm glad. That was exactly what I had hoped for, is to learn more about you. And get information on that. Like, I was an older brother, so I feel like I had a different experience for sure.
What was your experience with your younger brother?
I feel like I behaved a lot and just did what I was told, and I feel like I missed out on a lot of like cultural things because I did not have older brothers like telling me what to like listen to or watch. I had my dad telling me what to listen to or watch, which is very different than like an older brother. Like, I feel like sometimes people will make references that I'll be like, I didn't have an older brother, so like I wasn't play like video games. Like, it wasn't like there was an older brother who played video games all the time and was like, I have video games already, like, stay off my video games. It's like I was the older brother, and it was just whether or not my parents introduced me to video games,
For sure.
So I feel like that was a big different thing. Like, my brother and I have this joke between us, like, that I steal everything from him because I became a catcher after him in baseball. He was a catcher first. Then I started playing football after him. There were a lot of things that I did after him. So that was kind of a joke too, is that my 3 years younger brother was actually like more advanced than me culturally in a lot of ways. I won't talk about everything that he was that he was doing in high school. But yeah, we were able to be close because he was because he had to play up because I was his older brother. Also, like, he was friends with like neighbors who were like a year older than him. So I feel like there was also that dynamic where it's like he was already doing older stuff, and I feel like I was just a kind of sheltered person in a lot of ways. Like, that's kind of why I got into comedy and like film and stuff like that, because I feel like those were the things that exposed me to the outside world. Otherwise, I feel like my life would be very just normal. If I didn't get super into movies and see like what the world had to offer and like start going to live events and doing comedy and then getting more entrenched in the music scene because I was like, oh, I'm a performer. Like, I'm going to do the musicals just because that's the only way to act in my high school. Like, oh, I'm going to go out to an open mic, but there's musicians there. Wow, now I'm friends with these musicians who I have no right talking to because I have no musical talent, but they're like, oh, you do something I would never do. And I'm like, you do something I would never do. We could be friends.
Absolutely, dude. Actually, not to pivot, but I actually am curious. I don't know if we ever talked about like what was Was there like a moment where you kind of like knew like film and TV and stuff is what you wanted to do? Like, did you have like because like to your point, you're saying that like you were kind of like doing the things your brother was doing, and you're saying this was the thing that like was the exit on the highway a little bit for you. Like, I'm curious if there was a moment.
I was always slow in sports, mentally fast, but it's very slow in sports. So I think like from a young age, like my dad liked sports a lot, but I feel like he kind of knew. He was like, oh, this is not an athlete. like enjoy baseball, but like you're not an athlete kind of a thing, you know?
Ditto.
Yeah, so I started acting like from a young age, like doing Odyssey of the Mind from like second grade. Then it was like fourth and fifth grade. Then it was sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. So like I was always around like the cool teachers who were like, oh, you're going to write scripts today. Like, oh, we're going to rehearse. Oh, we have to go build the sets.
That's
so
awesome.
I definitely liked that stuff more than school. Like I hated school, and I was constantly like, I want to work. Like, I want to be in the world. Like, this sucks that they just make us sit and watch something all day.
For sure.
Like, there's just something about me that I was just like, I do not want to sit in one place all day. Like, that is not something I want to do. This is terrible. Like,
yeah, no, I feel that.
Like, I feel like I had an active mind, and I feel like I wanted to be like, well, I want to do this. Why are we doing this? Like, I don't want to be controlled. I want to do this thing and then do this thing and then do this thing. So yeah. I don't know. I think that started to come into the picture. I think my parents, like, when I was growing up, I feel like digital cameras were starting to become commonplace, like before your phones were digital cameras. Mm-hmm. So I feel like my parents started to get digital cameras like, oh, it would be such a great idea to take pictures of us and like take videos. Like, won't it be great when you guys are old that we'll have those pictures and videos? But they never wanted to do that. Like, I feel like they ended up never using the cameras. Yeah. And then it became just junk that we had. And then I feel like from the junk aspect, they were like, sure, yeah, like you could use the cameras. And then I feel like I had some video projects that I started doing in like 7th grade, and then started downloading video editing software.
There we go.
So then I feel like that is where I kind of self-taught myself and learned how to do that stuff. And then once I started doing the video projects and we would show videos in class, and I feel like some people would laugh. Some people would be like, who are these clowns? Like, some teachers would be like, I don't know whether to suspend this kid or give him an A. Like, I feel like that is like my high school experience was like
A+ for effort and creativity.
Like, yeah, this guy is acceptable as like an adult, but I don't know if he's like
a good student.
I don't know if we could officially give him the right grades. You know, it wasn't an issue in math because it's like I wasn't doing dirty math, you know?
Dirty math is the name of the next special.
But like in my communications class where we were doing videos, like journalism, stuff like that, I was definitely towing the line of appropriateness for school. Also with English class, I feel like I was constantly just trying to be a provocateur. Like I was like, I watch Charlie Kaufman films. Like I'm gonna make my most famous communications video was called Freshman Nature Channel, and it was basically me just going around the freshman hallway, which like in Warwick was on like the 2nd floor, and there was like this kind of like bridge besides the two between the two sides of the freshman floor, and that like overlooks the lobby of Warwick Valley High School. So I feel like I just went with my friend, and I had a mic, and he was like taping me going around all this stuff, and like I would do some narrations where I'd be like, oh, there's a freshman at the watering hole right now. And then like
on the field reporting.
Yeah, treating these kids who just got into high school as if they're like threats in nature and like running away from it.
Dude, I would love to see those tapes.
Oh, that's on YouTube. That one's really? On YouTube, yeah.
Oh, you'll have to.
That's one of my earliest YouTube videos, probably. It's not viral. I think it did get me scholarship, to be honest, at Tulane.
No way.
I did submit that as like my scholarship consideration. They were like, put something in this box, and then I put the link for that video.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
So that was good. Yeah, that was my friend Lucas. Shout out Lucas Messina. He works for the Texans.
Oh, no way. Wow.
Yeah, so he's still working in video to this day.
Damn.
Very cool shit. And he was also the friend who we went to IHOP one night because that was the fun thing for us to do in Warwick once we got our licenses, was to drive 30 minutes to chain restaurants, because we were just like, we need to get out of Warwick. Like, let's go do something. Like, we don't want to just hang out at our houses. Like, let's go to IHOP. So I think we went to IHOP, and we were coming back from IHOP, and at Walden Savings Bank in Florida, New York, there were a bunch of lights set up outside, and we passed by it, and I was like, yo, you should pull over. Like, I want to work in this industry. Like, I want to work in the film industry. Like, we should go see what this is. And I was like 16. I had my license maybe in like 2 weeks at this point. And I just walked up. There was a guy who like had a beard, like was wearing all like black, and now I know him to probably be a gripper, a best boy or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just walked up to him and I was like, oh yeah, like, what are you guys shooting? And he's like, oh, it's some movie. We're calling it The White Precious, because Precious had just come out.
Oh
and
my
the
God.
movie was about an overweight woman who finds a bank robber played by Steve Hoey from Reba and Shameless.
No way.
And she loses her virginity to him, and then they leave her small town. So it was kind of a good metaphor for me, too, because it was like, I'm in my small town right now. All I want to do is go to Hollywood. All I want to do is, like, be in New York City. Like, I want to get out of this place. Like, there's nothing going on. And
Wow.
I was like, oh, yeah, I'm trying to, like, go to college for film. Like, you guys don't need any interns, do you? Like, I live right in the town over. And he's like, you'll work for free? And then immediately he just calls up the producer.
No
and he's
way.
like, hey, I think her name was Katie, maybe. I don't know exactly. I'd have to, like, fact check that one. But he's like, hey, I got somebody here who wants to be a free intern. And then he just puts me on the phone, and she's like, hey, so what's your deal? And I'm like, oh, I'm just a high school student. I do, like, communications. Like, I'm going to go to college for film probably.
Wow.
And she's like, yeah, do you want to work these 3 days next week? And it was like right before Thanksgiving, so I think I skipped like 2 days of school and just PA'd on this like independent film that was kind of sexually explicit and shot at the motel, literally a 7-minute walk from my house, 5-minute walk from my house. At the bottom of my street. They shot in Greenwood Lake, on the lake.
Yeah.
And they were all like staying in this hotel, and like all the people who were working on the film were like partying until 4 a.m. and like cheating on their spouses, and like
Wow.
like I walked in, R.I.P. to Ash Christian, the very young director of this film who passed away during COVID. But I remember I walked in at like 6 a.m. and like it was a small independent film, so like everybody is just in the like this conference room, or this room that's set up, this suite at the Warwick Motel, whatever they call the fucking motel that's down the block from me now.
Yeah.
And I remember walking in, and I'm just flying the wall, you know, like I'm just on my first film set ever, so I'm just looking around.
Yeah.
And somebody's just like, you get any dick last night? To the director. And he's just like, nah, there's no dick. There's no dick. It was a very bad night. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, this is awesome. Like, I'm a little virgin with like my 4 friends. Like, and I was like, this is funny, you know?
I love that your experience was like, I'm going right in the deep end of the pool. Like, I'm getting like not even just the film experience, but like all the dirty underbelly that happens.
I'm pretty sure he had like a Sundance darling. Like, I think his film went to Sundance or South by Southwest, his last film. So he was like getting that like that old school indie financing that you used to get. Like, people used to get made from just having one great feature. And like, he was a good queer filmmaker. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think I ever watched the final project, the final film that came out. I still have to
never
watch
saw
it.
The White Precious?
I never watched it. I think it's called Love on the Run. So like,
That's a better title.
I do want to watch it. Maybe I'll do like a watch along, you know, at some point. I do remember like one of my favorite stories, and then we can move on from my first film.
No, I'm loving this. I feel like we've known each other for so long. I had no idea this was how you.
Because these are like oddballs and weirdos. Like, they got flown out from like all over the country. Like, this dude was probably on the West Coast, and somebody was probably like, I got a town you could shoot this for like $500,000. Like, come to Warwick and do that.
Yeah, dirt cheap.
So there were a lot of things that happened that I probably will not talk about on this podcast just because I don't know. I don't know why I'm going to protect like weirdos in the industry. It's funny. I've never run into anybody who's worked on that really.
Really?
Not really. It would be funny if I ran into one of the actors on set. Like I would definitely bring that up to them. R.I.P. Frances Fisher. She was on that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was on that movie.
Oh, man.
It was like her last day. Everybody was so excited. And like, I didn't even realize she was in the Titanic. And I was just like,
oh, man.
I was just like, oh, she's so nice. Like, but, what was I going to say? What was where was I going with this? So I was the youngest PA. Mm-hmm. And then one of the other PAs had been in film club, graduated. He was kind of hanging around. And then there's this other PA. And I like to call him the dildo PA. Because they literally had an oral sex scene. So they needed a dildo because they weren't going to actually have somebody fillet somebody in the scene.
Of course, yeah.
So my guy had to go get a dildo first thing in the morning. But the sex shop didn't open until 10 a.m. So my guy was waiting from like 9 a.m. in the parking lot of a sex shop.
The longest hour of the entire shoot for him was just sitting in that parking lot waiting till 10 a.m.
Yeah, it was absolutely hilarious.
That's crazy.
And I think I do remember like I got such important lessons because this was like before the time of like intimacy coordinators.
Yeah.
So even as like a 16-year-old, I feel like I was there and starting to realize things because they were having sex scenes and the idea that like nobody should be in there. I remember the sound guy was a little creepy and like I feel like people were complaining that it was like uncomfortable that like the sound guy's being like loud, like we need as few people in here as possible or like it's weird like and then that started to click with me. I was like, oh, these are like humans who are on camera and it's like there is I'm an actor. I'm just doing stuff. Like, I don't care. There's so much going on around me. But it's like, also you have to create a safe space for people and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah. No, it's wild to
It's like you can't, like, normally everybody has monitors and everybody's looking at what's going on the screen and making sure, like, everything looks right and, like, yada, yada. The sex scenes are very different. It's like, it's just the people in the room. It's very concise. So there was, like, a lot that I saw, like, that actually, like, I'm seeing the lighting people. I'm seeing how transpo works. I'm seeing how all this, like, I'm helping the wardrobe people. I'm helping the sound people. Like, I'm running errands with people because I have a car and I know my way around a little bit. Yeah. But then there was also so much stuff that I didn't see because the subject matter of the film and, like, the need for privacy and that type of stuff that goes on in the film. So it's like, yeah, you kind of learned the delicate balance of, like, privacy and public.
And what a gift to learn that at 16, kind of just like being like, also, I feel like we're looking over the fact that you kind of just created this job for yourself out of your own, like you just went up to the guy and you're like, hey, like I'm eager to get started. Like I'll do it for free. Like I'll start tomorrow. Like, I feel like not that you should always do free work, but like the idea of like, oh no, I'm hungry and I want it. Like, I think that's really cool. And I think that's a valuable thing to point out, but also like, I love the idea that like you, while probably got like some of the more like R-rated side of it that's like maybe like you shouldn't have been in the room for that as a 16-year-old. It's still like just nice to know that like you were able to like set that boundary at such a young age before you started doing like even more projects now.
I remember the wardrobe guy, like I had to bring him to the hotel to pick up the wardrobe. Mm-hmm. And this was before the Me Too movement and before I knew how Hollywood was. Mm-hmm. And like the wardrobe guy was talking to me a lot and like he was asking me if I had a girlfriend. He was like talking to me about that stuff. Yeah. Ooh. And then we like went up to his hotel room and he was kind of like, oh, you could like sit on the bed. And I was like, I'm chilling. And then he like gave me some vodka. And he was like, do you want this? And I'm like, no, like I'm driving. And he's like, no, silly, like to keep for later. Like, do you want it? Like he was just being like trying to be a cool guy, but also but like
still.
But also I got weird vibes too, because he was like, yeah, I worked on Twilight. And then I was like, oh, are you like connected to now we know like what happens in Hollywood and like what happens to young male stars and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, like the Bryan Singer type stuff. Yeah. Where you're just like, oh, but like I didn't know that at the time, and I was just kind of cautious. Like I feel like I just had my guard up because I was like, yeah, like young man interested in the arts, like I should be careful about this stuff.
Dude, did all this stuff happen in like 3 days? You're telling me this was only 3 days?
Yeah, it was only
set?
3 days. Also, I brought the
Crazy.
sound guy to like get batteries for his microphone, and he was like feeding me chocolate. Like there were so many things on that set that were so inappropriate. And you realize that about the film industry, because it's like, I feel like I talked to Tasso about this, like, because he said the Pirate's Guide to like filmmaking and distribution, but it's like the film industry is a bunch of pirates and criminals and misfits. Like, not saying that everybody is a criminal who works in the film industry, but it's like,
I would agree with the misfit
I would say 75% of the people who work in the film industry have sold weed at one point, you know, like light crime. like I'm not saying everybody is a pedophile and a rapist, but I am saying that there are people who like to party a lot. It's not like, it's like those types of people. It's people who want a non-traditional life. Like if you wanted a traditional life, you would work a year in the film industry and be like, you guys are fucking crazy. Like, why would I do this?
It's true, man. And it's tough because I'm speaking for myself here. Like, I'm definitely not that person in a lot of ways. Like, I think last week you called me a family man.
You are. Yeah. No, for sure. You're like, you've always created very clear boundaries in your life. And I've always like appreciated them. I'm like, this guy has value. Like, he's not just like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it because you want me to. You're like, no, like I have something with my brother. Like, I'm not canceling plans with my brother. Like, I made plans with my brother. Like, I'm going out to get a drink with my mom. Like, I'm not canceling the plans with my mom, you know?
No, man, I appreciate that. Thank you. And going back to what you were saying though, like I feel like even in like my 10 plus years doing like PA work and like even working at that corporate job that will remain nameless, you see a lot of people that are like,
we'll say it's not. He did not work for Vice.
I did not work for Vice. Absolutely not. Line in the sand.
We'll play process of elimination. Like every 30 minutes into this episode, we will cross off one corporate entity that he did not work for that's problematic.
By the end of this episode, you will have two choices. It's a 50-50 shot. But yeah, no, you working in that industry, you obviously you see the 90% you're talking about. Like, I've had to interact with a lot of, like, people on drugs, people, like, you know, like, what are we doing after the set wraps at, like, 12 o'clock, and we've been on set for, like, 18 hours today. It's like, no, like, I'm going home. You know? I got my girlfriend, now fiance, at home. I want to go home. Like,
yeah.
You know, even, like, the after-work drinks, like, I love doing it, but, like, you know, like, it's fun to get a drink and go home. Like, I love it for the camaraderie and the communication. Then there's the people that are like, oh, the one drink is like the gateway to like a 6-hour, you know, not binge, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, I'm going home. Like, this is work to me. And I love what I do and I love the people I do it with. But like, I'm, you know, but it's weird. Like, I feel like to your point, like so much of the industry is built around that. And I actually have a hard time sometimes navigating that as someone who doesn't gravitate towards that stuff.
For sure.
And I'm not even saying that as like I'm an angel. Like I obviously like I drink and stuff, but like it's just like, you know, like I have, you know, it's like it's weird to set your own boundaries in an industry that seems like a little boundaryless.
For sure. Yeah. It's even like I just got out of a 7-year relationship, and I feel like the difference between being in a relationship that is serious and you live with the person and you're trying to get home because you're like, oh, I miss her, I miss my cat, like I got to get home and do all this stuff. And then people look at you like you're crazy. Like, I go to open mics and I leave the open mic after I do my set, and everybody's like, oh, fucking Jordan's leaving. Like, what an asshole. Like, this guy thinks he's better than us. Like, he's going to leave. Like, he doesn't want to see my comedy, my 5 minutes of comedy. Like, my comedy changes the world. Like, why is he leaving? Like, he should be scouting me for his shows. Like, he should be watching me and learning how to be a better comedian. Like, I felt like I always got that energy from people. And
I would imagine even more with the comedy world.
Yeah, no, I feel like I definitely got blackballed by a lot of like local comedians because I feel like, yeah, I like when I got to Jersey, I'd already been doing comedy like 6 or 7 years. Yeah. So I feel like everybody just looked at me like, oh, who's this fucking 23-year-old who thinks he's like better than all of us? And I'm like, Well, I am better than some of you guys because, like, I've been doing it longer and I've gotten paid gigs before. I got paid my first paid gig when I was in high school. Like, I am a little bit better than some of you. Not saying I am a great comedian by any means, but I've been at a level that I can get paid $20 for 13 years.
I'm a comedian that's putting in the effort and it's showing.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people get drowned out in the like hang of it, which, like, once again, going through a breakup, you realize, like, oh, there's a place that there's always people and there's always people to talk to. I just have to look at a Facebook group and see where the people are going to be at. It's like, they're at this bar 10 minutes from my house. I'm going to go there and I won't have to think about my life right now. I can just think about comedy. So I think there is the value to the hang and stuff like that. But if you got a lot of like stuff going on in your family life, like, I don't get it how people have kids and like work in the film industry. Like, that shit is insane to me.
It's tough, man. I mean, I don't have kids, but like talking to people that do and do it, I'm like, I don't know what the juggle seems insane.